Hello and welcome, my Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your To Be a Soulmate read, mid-September to mid-October, or 2020, or timeless, whenever you are catching this. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, younger brother to a Scorpio. That was great fun. The Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi. My subscribers, thank you so much for the love and support, helping me get to where I have gotten. I know my next realistic goal should be 2,000 subscribers, but I'm shooting for 30,000 so that I can do the membership thing, so I can do my extended readings here on YouTube instead of having to post them on Vimeo, which I have been doing the past month or so and kind of digging it. The next reads I do are the Twin Flame contracts, which I will do extended for on Vimeo. God help me next week doing that. But for here and now, if you're new to my channel and feel like helping me get there, please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and commenting. I'll remind you at the end, because I'm a Virgo, to help me get there and so that I can fulfill my role in the divine plan, as we all are. Down to business. This is a To Be a Soulmate read, answering the question, how can I be a mate to my own soul? So essential, right, for soulmate contracts, right? And you learn that through being in twin flame contracts, but we'll look at that next week. There are other twin flame contract reads up if you want, and they are timeless. Just search through my channel. There's a playlist called Twin Flame Reads. Have fun with it. But the other questions that it answers is, how can I become a better soulmate in the soulmate contracts that I already have? My mom and I are soulmate contracts. Oh, there are links in the description box defining soulmate and twin flame a little bit differently than what most people are used for. Those are the descriptions, the definitions I use, so check it out. But the third part of this, which I think is what most people will be drawn to this reading for, is how can I be a soulmate in a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, romantic contract? Now, the thing about that is that it's all the same thing. Being a mate to your own soul, being better soulmates in the contracts you already have would prepare you for the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, romantic soulmate contract. It's all about the work. It's all about the inner work and how you are in your other relationship contracts. Not that you're being tested, but that it is a journey, a hero's journey. It's a Path of True Love read, but specifically about becoming a soulmate. So let's get up in that gig. 13 cards, 2 healing systems, 3 oracles, and 6 tarot cards will hit the table, making 11 cards in total. I think you'll dig it. I really like these. I'll pop up a picture at the end so you can see how it all plays out. Other than that, remember, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because your sun sign's going to get different info than your moon, right? Your rising or your Venus, because this is soulmate. You want to integrate all that stuff. Just saying. Cool. Breathe. Stay in the present moment, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. What's going on in your body as you listen and watch the reading? That's what resonation is. When the body goes, ah, that's resonation. When it goes, ah, that's resonation. Otherwise, I will do the same thing. Follow my breath, be in the present moment, get you the guidance and grace that I was born to give you. Shall we? Breathe. All the decks that I read are listed in the bottom of the description box. Should you be interested in any of them, let's do this. Meow, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, we're going to start with the healing system of the Caroline Mace archetype deck. What is the dominant archetype? The dominant soul power that they need to alchemize from lead to gold, shadow to light, toxic to healthy, to be a soulmate, to be a mate of their own soul, and to be a soulmate in their soulmate contracts. Mid-September, mid-October 2020, or timeless, please. My collective pantheons, they are dealing with the Hermit archetype. Not shocked. Scorpio, Hermit, not shocked. Actually, I have the Hermit archetype in the sign of Scorpio in my archetypal chart. Read Sacred Contracts. Every Scorpio should be given a copy of Sacred Contracts at birth. Just saying, Caroline Mace, this is her deck. So the light and the shadow here. The shadow attribute withdraws from society. That was hard to say. Withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgment of others. And I also heard to avoid being hurt from the negative judgment of others, right? So both ways on that. Refusing to help those in need, right? So the hermit pulls back, cuts themselves off, isolates, it maybe in a sense of self-protection, but out of fear or negative judgments of others. So it's like, well, I'm not going out in the world. Those people are just stupid. Maybe, but you're truncating your life and your experience as a result. The light attribute seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life. To focus intently on inner life is what being the mate of your own soul is from the personality's perspective. Let me go within. Let me drop all external influences and stimuli for a bit to focus intently, meaning of choice. The what and the why, the choice, intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. And that's why I've got a nice chunk of the hermit archetype in me. What do you think? I could do this every day and take clients on my days off and, I don't know, be a professional witch 24/7, 365 without hermit time? Hermit time! I don't have the pants to go with it, but kind of wish I did. Well, maybe not. Let's see what goes along with that. We are going to now look at our 3 oracle systems. We have got the Kuan Yin Oracle. Kuan Yin will give us the piece that you need for the divine feminine energy within you, the yin, if you do not prefer the gendered language of masculine and feminine. The Blue Angel Oracle, Archangel Michael's deck, for the external, for the divine masculine, the divine yang, if you're from New York, or from Long Island in particular. And then we will get you a Whisper of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves, which really are, if you like, the positive, the feminine, the masculine, and the unity, right? Because your higher self is the culmination of all masculine and feminine, really is the originator that then splits into masculine and feminine. So deep. Let's talk to Kuan Yin. Breathe. Hello, Kuan Yin. Please, one card in clarity. My beloved Bodhisattva, my gracious goddess of compassion. Please, one card in clarity for the Scorpio collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Mid-September to mid-October. What do they need from your Kuan Yin divine feminine point of view in terms of what's going on inside of them? What do they need to be aware of, deal with, shift, do for their own feminine energy to be their own soulmates mid-September to mid-October 2020 or timeless? Please leave it in my hand. This is the one you want. Drink from the Emerald Fountain. It's a good card. I mean, none of them suck. Drink from the Emerald Fountain, card number 7. Now, I've gotten this myself. This really is something that would be much easier to do in Hermitage, I would think. But let me read you what the book says, just the beginning and the end, though. The Divine Feminine is encouraging of the awakening and empowerment of all living beings. Okay, when a sincere seeker is trying to find the way through, there is much help sent. True. It makes sense to be open to receive it. Indeed, to step forward and drink from the Emerald Fountain, which is the unconditional loving heart chakra of Kuan Yin. You got to go in to do that. It's not an external search. Allow yourself to be nourished by the power and love of the Divine Mother flowing to you now. Now, I will read this first paragraph. There is nothing to be gained in making life more difficult than it needs to be, Scorpio, other than unnecessary stress or perhaps the learning that it isn't as much fun this way. At this time, you are going through a time of important spiritual growth. Your higher self has set a spiritual schedule and is planning on being at a certain destination in time and space to set events in motion, to benefit from synchronicities, and to be able to live out its divine purpose in the physical world too. Meaning as well as your own purpose, yet you're all the same thing. The soul is very resourceful and is calling for divine help in getting to its destination on time. So is there some extra pressure there going on that you may be retreating from as the hermit so that you can drink from the Emerald Fountain. Let's get you the prayer. The prayer at the Emerald Fountain, please breathe. It's a prayer to Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin, divine Kuan Yin, beloved goddess that loves me unconditionally. You have my blessing and permission to assist me with divine energy that is for my highest good in all areas of my life now. I kneel at your sacred fountain of love, light, and divine assistance now. I drink from your heart that which fills my soul. I gratefully receive your unconditionally loving help. Om Mani Padme Hum. Sound effects optional. Lovely. Lovely. Like, if you're going to be a hermit, go drink from the Emerald Fountain. It's like, if you're going to New York, you gotta go to Times Square. If you're gonna be the hermit, you gotta drink from the... You gotta. If you haven't, you missed out. Blue Angel Oracle. Let's ask Archangel Michael what you need. Breathe. Such a totally different vibe. From Kuan Yin to Archangel Michael is like a radical shift, even though they're very, very similar. Radical in my interior experience. Hello, beautiful. Hi, gorgeous. Hi, Archangel Michael. Please, can I have one card in clarity for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign so that they can be the soulmates they were destined to be, made of their own soul, better in their soulmate contracts that exist, as well as being prepared for the soulmate contract that perhaps they have always wanted, written on their heart since birth. Please, one card in clarity. What do you think they need to be a soulmate this mid-September, mid-October 2020 or timeless? Purification by fire. Oromesis. Dun, dun, dun. This is a very intense card, and it's in landscape. I love this oracle deck, and I love Archangel Michael. And he's here to help. Purification by fire. Sounds like fun. Second to last card, right? Third to last card. Number 43, Oromesis, O-R-O-M-A-S-I-S, purification dash fire. Many expressed thoughts and emotions which have been stored over time remain locked inside of you. Stick a pin in that. Can we just hit the pause button? You're Scorpios. You're known for withholding things, but where is it withheld? Your unexpressed thoughts and emotions stored over time. They're locked inside you in your cell tissue. Carolyn Mace, M-Y-S-S. Anatomy of the Spirit. These include disappointments, fear and worry, feelings of inadequacy and guilt. Nothing serious, just remnants of life's experiences. In other words, if you're carrying this heavy load, no wonder you gotta go drink from the Emerald Fountain, pulling back from the world as a hermit. You're getting prepared for purification by fire to burn these stuff out. Burn these energies out. It's time to release these emotions and purify your thoughts. In other words, you're not just gonna poof, be gone. You have to feel them and let them come up as they are purified by fire, the element of transformation and will. You do not need to analyze things and relive the past. Just acknowledge that you have a whole lot of baggage that you would like to clear. Then imagine a brilliant flame of light transforming and purifying your emotional and physical body. Feel yourself being cleansed and healed, and feel the sense of freedom that comes as a result of this purification. Feel the peace, joy, and love. And there's this little bit of a prayer thing at the end. I pray for love to guide me, to illuminate my heart and mind so that I may feel the sacred flame of light within my soul. Again, these readings with these decks, these oracles in particular, are really about being the mate of your own soul. Now, I will say, I used to work for a spiritual teacher back in the 90s by the name of Solara. Apparently, they named a car after her, a Toyota. And she was a storyteller and a visionary. I think she's still working, still alive. The 1111, she originated the fucking 1111, 1990, whatever, early 90s. And she used to tell this story that she went to this like mountain retreat. You had to climb to the top of the mountain, and there was this cabin, and in the cabin was a book, and everybody wrote something in the book. And one of the things that she wrote in it is that if there's something that you've done that you can't forgive, past baggage, whatever you want to call it. Transform yourself so completely that you're no longer the person who did them. Some wisdom there. And it does feel like this is the crucible that the world is going through right now, this purification by fire. Well, particularly in the American West, right? The West Coast is on fire at the moment. So we are seeing that externally, but this might very well be something going on, even though it's about an internal purification. This is the Yang card. Your life may be on fire. You might be going through intense transformation right now, hence needing to pull back and balance that by drinking from the emerald fountain. Obviously, an element of water and an element of fire to balance that out. Love these oracle cards. Let's get you the voice from the higher self. Since the higher self was actually referenced in the Kuan Yin card, drink from the emerald mountain, this should be an emerald fountain. That might be on a mountain. Oh, breathe. The higher selves of all involved, you guys are just so chill. Like, they're never, like, bouncing all over the place, the higher self collective, also known as the Holy Spirit, HSHS. Please, one card in clarity for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the piece of insight, inspiration, information that they need to be a soulmate? Mid-September to mid-October 2020 or timeless, please, my beloveds, my beloved higher selves collective. What do they need to be a soulmate? Mid-September, mid-October 2020 or timeless, please. Leave the singular card in my hand. There it is. The heart of the matter. Oh my God, with the Hermit and drink from the emerald fountain, the heart of Kuan Yin. The heart of the matter. There is more going on here than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Recognize. Interesting word, recognize, because there's cognize, which means to understand the first time, and then you recognize, right? And it's time to get down to the heart of the matter, because your will gets weak and your senses will scatter, but I think it's about forgiveness. Forgiveness, even if they don't love you anymore. Sorry, I had to Don Henley you on that one. I mean, this does make sense. You are getting to the heart of the matter of a soul lesson, a soul challenge, a soul issue, if you will, so that you can be a better soulmate and being prepared. And look, there might be a real truth that you've been avoiding within yourself, in your heart. You know something's off, you know something's wrong, but keep in mind it might be occluded or covered by emotional baggage, seeing through a lens darkly, if you will. So to go through that purification by fire, it seems like you're already in it, but that's why we're going to get you some tarot. We're going to take the Daughters of the Moon to get you past, present, future in terms of what's going on inside of you, right? Hence the Hermit, drink from the emerald fountain and get to the heart of the matter. And we are going to simultaneously layer on top of those three mythic tarot, past, present, future, for what's going on the outside. So you get an inner, outer snapshot of this in a timeline. Breathe. My goddesses, I need 3 cards, a simple timeline for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, mid-September to mid-October 2020 or timeless. Please, my goddesses, what do they need? Past, present, future. I'll pull them one at a time. To be the soulmate, right? To be the mate of their own soul. We've got the Hermit, drink from the emerald fountain, Oromesis, purification by fire, and the heart of the matter. Please, one card for the past. Where have they been in this becoming a soulmate journey? Where are they now in this to be a soulmate journey? Please, just one card. Just leave it in my hands, please. I'll be glad to take it. For the present card of where they are in this process of becoming a soulmate, I will take that one. Ooh, we got another one that kicked out there. And please, for the present, for the future, where are they headed? September, October-ish, 2020 or timeless, where are they headed in this internal journey of becoming a soulmate? Let's just put these on top, so I will flip 2 cards at a time. First past, then present, then future. My gods, Hades and Poseidon, who share the throne of Scorpio, please, I need 3 cards, simple timeline, past, present, future, for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Mid-September to mid-October 2020 or timeless. What do they need to be a soulmate? Please clarify this in the past, in the external, the present, in the external, and the future in the external for the Scorpio collectives. Let's have a look. Interesting. On the inside, you start with your opposite sign, the sign of Taurus. Now, this wouldn't represent a person. This would represent an internal state in the past. Getting clear on your life values, right? Second house, life values. Everyone says prosperity and abundance. I get that. But what else is a physical, tangible form that's really important to you? Honesty may not seem like a physical, tangible thing until someone lies to you and you make decisions based on it, right? So honesty is a big second house value for me. I've been lied to my whole life. It trained me as an intuitive, I'll tell you that. Now you got to prove your work. Thank you very much, right? And prove your worth. Not your inherent worth. Everybody's divine, but, you know, the ego and the personality, right? Everybody else has bad days. So something stable in here, but something really unshakable, bedrock. Something inside of you that with the 2 of Swords, you've been thinking about, analyzing, going back and forth. To me, the 2 of Blades, the 2 of Swords is not about indecision. It's about going back and forth in your mind. Well, there's this, but there's this, but then there's this way, and then there's this way. And an analytical process is fine, right? Particularly if you're doing the Hermit, maybe that's what has driven you inward, right? To really get, well, I used to think that was of value, but it doesn't feel like it's valuable to me anymore. You may be going through a change. Now look, you're Scorpio, the sign of mastered by Pluto, ruled by Pluto. Hades, the Lord of Death, the God of transformation, right? The Death card. So you may be going through something there in the past that really has you contemplating what is of value. Is there a Taurus person involved? Maybe. It's your opposite sign. But Taurus in this deck, the Mother of Pentacles, is the great corn mother. So there is something about being fed here. There is something about health and value. And of course the prosperity and abundance, the physical aspect of it, right? Maybe this is about your own physical healing, going back and forth around that. Maybe the stress of the outside world, so much thinking has driven you inward, at least in the past. Where are you now? Ooh, on the inside you got 6 of Pentacles. Not bad to go from that Taurus Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles. Success. Usually success under handicap, as we are looking at the balance and coordination necessary for a Special Olympics type of race, right? A wheelchair race. That there have been obstacles, there have been handicaps, there has been pain, there has been suffering, and yet there is some form of moving forward here. But in balance, not in space balance. Because in the outside, we've got the Fool, a jumping into the new, a leap of faith. So it's well considered and aligned with your values. It just feels like you needed to get your balance before you took the rolling step forward, right? That idea of the 6 of Pentacles being in balance, and literally the card Dionysus, the Fool, my patron god, in terms of that. Well, let's see. Right? Well, it feels like it's in alignment with my values. I thought about it. I contemplated it. I'm doing this. Where does this lead you? The 5 of Pentacles with the Tower. Now, I've often said the 5 of Pentacles for me is the Tower card of the Minor Arcana. Massive shakeup. Very fast, though. Now, I know people say 5 of Pentacles, oh, that's being left out in the cold. When it's with the Tower, it's about physical change, and fast physical change. Something that was built on a, well, maybe it wasn't built, this is for a lot of you, if not all of you. Whatever is being struck by the Tower here, this bolt of lightning, which could be enlightenment, it's not that the foundation was originally faulty. It cracked over time, right? Something that served you greatly may not serve you, isn't serving you anymore. So the divine has said, okay, enough of this stagnation, bam. So as you make this leap, everything is going to change, but keep in mind, the card is called the Earthquake on the inside. This is the Yin card, right? We'll put aside the Tower for a moment. The Yin card of this in the internal means a very, very fast change happens inside of you. So you go from this Taurus card, right, that solid foundation, to everything changing inside of you. Fast. An earthquake lasts, a really big earthquake is like 10 to 15 seconds. That's huge, right? But what does it change? Everything. Depends on Richter scale. But when it's paired with the card of the Tower, Poseidon, these are the totems of Poseidon, that he's actually in this reading, says that the gods are taking you seriously. You want to be a soulmate, you're going to get it, but understand, stuff's got to be removed. Stuff's got to be shaken up. Stuff has got to be taken out of your experience that no longer serves you. Toxicity, toxic relationships. Maybe they're getting rid of some twin flames so that you can really walk into some soulmate stuff. So I'm not seeing any major manifestation of that, but I'm seeing such a moving forward and such a balancing that leads you to, like, so what I'm hearing is, don't beat yourself up when things change on the outside. You didn't cause that. That was going to happen anyway. You were being prepared for it. Yeah, we need to get over this law of attraction horse shit about you make your bad shit happen. No, there's a divine plan in play with a near infinite variety of quantum variations, hence the variety, right? But it's all for the betterment of your soul, not the pleasure of your personality. Please, if only. If only. Let's ask the Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters of Soulmate Contracts through our second healing system, the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn, last card down. So you will have something to work with in your hermitage here. It does feel like you are going to find your balance and step free from this hermitage in some way, shape, or form, and it is going to create a lot of change inside and outside of you. Yeah. My Ascended Masters. My Ascended Masters of Soulmate Contracts, please, last card down, then we'll look at the whole thing together. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs mid-September to mid-October 2020 or timeless? The perfect healing mantra that they can become a mate of their own soul. They can become a better soulmate in the contracts they already have, as well as be prepared to be the soulmate in the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, romantic soulmate contracts if that's what they're looking for. It's holographic. All three are the same thing. So please, what is their perfect healing mantra? Mid-September, mid-October 2020 or timeless. Awakening inspired action. This is brilliant. There's only what life is asking to do of me. Awakening inspired action. You don't need to premeditate this so much. I get it with all the thinking, the Two of Swords, the back and forth. You're just going to jump. You're just going to jump. And you're going to jump in a balanced, stable way. Other people may not like it. That doesn't mean it's wrong. Awakening inspired action. There's only what life is asking of me. When you awaken inspired action, you are an open, willing participant in your soul's journey. In other words, your body, your mind, your emotions, your choices, your decisions, right? Your fire, your earth, your air, your water, all serves the spirit of the soul. So you're an open, willing participant in your soul's journey, but ultimately you are not in charge. You are ready, willing, and able to face any feeling or make any necessary change just for the chance to serve the cosmic plan of the universe, which we are all one with. It's not that we participate or we don't participate. We either participate consciously or unconsciously. In other words, we go willingly or we're dragged, is how that works. When inspired action has been awakened, you radiate higher frequencies of light for the well-being of all. So not only is it a journey for your healing, it helps everyone through the quantum entanglement of unity consciousness. This mantra is ideal for overcoming self-sabotage, resolving boredom, and increasing fulfillment. It feels like a win-win all the way around, but I do get the feeling when that Tower card hits in the external, there are going to be a lot of people maybe angry with you, but you'll know that you move forward and you're doing the right thing. Is there a risk involved here? There's always a risk when the Fool card is involved. Every morning you set foot out of bed, you're the Fool, stepping off the cliff into the unknown, and there is a lot of unknown here. So understand, you're not going to really be able to anticipate every aspect of this, but a reading can certainly give you an outline. Let's pick up the larger picture. We'll see what else they show me. Magic lamp. We've got the Hermit archetype. In the shadow attribute, withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. And that doesn't mean that you literally move into hermitage. It might be that you've just shut down to everybody else around you in the shadow, not letting on like Scorpios do. And that's part of your nature. I get it. But the light attribute seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. Now, if you're living with people, it might be helpful to say, look, I'm just doing some soul searching right now. I'm not really trying to hold back. I just need to focus on my own stuff. You let me know what you need as you need it. Text me. I will do the best that I can. If you're married, that might not work too well. But, you know, in a soulmate contract, one would think someone would say, oh, I get it. Go ahead. When it's my turn to do that, I'll thank you for letting me do what I need to do. Because you're doing the hermit thing to drink from the emerald fountain, right? To really get that Kuan Yin, unconditional love of the divine mother, the divine feminine, moving through you to fill up your cup so that you can what? Endure the oromesis, the purification by fire, releasing the old mental and emotional baggage. Again, you don't have to reanalyze everything. It feels like you've done that already with the Two of Swords, with the Taurus card in the simple timeline of the past, right? You've really gone over what's important to me, what's of value to me, who do I want to be, that kind of stuff. You've thought about it, but this purification is not about that. It is about burning away that which no longer serves you, which might very well be part of this card of the Tower. Well, more the earthquake for the inside stuff, but of course that's going to trigger a lot of fast change outside of you. And really, you're here to get to the heart of the matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Very worth doing, very essential. And it feels like you've done the analytical work, right? And the outside looking in, you got the Two of Swords there, right? Thinking about it, going back and forth, analyzing. Maybe not your options, but definitely a choice between two things or two different ways of dealing with it. And underneath it, the Mother of Pentacles, the Great Corn Mother, the Taurus card about getting really, really grounded. Who am I? What is of value to me? What is not of value to me? Because it feels like what is not of value to you, whether you know it or not, is going to be taken out in that card of the Tower. But with the present moment, you are ready to jump into this. That card of the Fool on the outer, to take some kind of risk, some sort of leap of faith, but from an internal place of success, right? The card is literally called success. The Six of Pentacles, that there's an internal overcoming. Like if you look at the Six of Wands in the traditional tarot, like the Rider-Waite, it's always called the Victory card. Well, there's a Victory card in this deck too. It's just not the Six of Wands. It's the Seven of Flames. But that you're coming from a more stable, balanced, forward-moving place inside. So this is part of a natural progression that involves you taking a leap of faith. And that leap of faith is going to create a lot of internal change. Perhaps this Five of Pentacles, this earthquake, is the biological releasing of the stuff you had stored in your cell tissue, right? The fears, the regrets, the not feeling good enough, the inadequacy, all of that stuff coming up. And as a result, I can't tell which comes first because it's going to happen simultaneously for most of you. For some of you, the Tower card will hit first and then the Five of Pentacles earthquake. For some of you, it'll be the Five of Pentacles earthquake that allows you to participate in this Tower moment, destroying what no longer serves in your life so that you can move forward and build a new foundation. But either way, you don't have to overthink this. I think this is great. This card of awakening inspired action for the card of the Fool, of where you are. There's only what life is asking of me, and it seems like life is asking for you to take a step and then watch as what no longer serves is stripped away. Please remember to continually drink from the emerald fountain once a day, like a spiritual practice. Go pray to Kuan Yin, your higher power, God, Goddess, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, Zan, Jaina, Fred, Wilma, Flintstone, who cares? Drink from the emerald fountain, the heart of the Divine Mother, because you are going to need that to endure the purification of fire, because I do get the feeling there will be people around you who are going to hate this thing that you're going through. So you're going to, well, because they're afraid of whether they're going to be in your new life here or not. but to drink from that emerald fountain, to keep yourself sustained, that you are doing what was scripted for you to do in this life. This is why being your own soulmate, right, the mate of your own soul, will make you a better soulmate, but is probably going to piss off your twin flames left, right, and center. So you're going to really have to take this leap of faith into, driven by the internal success that is already in place, maybe hasn't been realized yet, you haven't recognized it, but that's part of getting to the heart of the matter, because there is more going on here than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about, but in the end, there's only what life is asking of you. That's a pretty full read there. And pretty much a beginning, middle, and end here, not just with the timeline, but with the whole message itself. So, may the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need, mid-September to mid-October, or timeless, to be the mate of their own soul, right? To take that hermit time, to drink from the emerald fountain, going through the purification of fire, the oromesis, getting to the heart of the matter. Because there is more than meets the eye going on here, and they need to recognize what all this is about. And at the end of it all, there is only what life is asking of them. And may they do that with the leap of faith as everything transforms, moving forward with their success, for their success, and for the success of everyone's healing in the quantum collective, not just of the Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, but all sentient beings on planet Earth, for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching, my Scorpios. Please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, share, and Tina Turner and all the other divas. Just have at it, my darlings. I love you, my Scorpios. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of it all in your soulmate journey here. I love you. I love you. I love you. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be.